Hello, and welcome to the Whisperer stream. I left the Whisperer for last. We just got to get one more axe piece, and then we are ready to make our axe. Let's see here. Then we go to the cathedral. And looks like everything's working. Let me just throw something in chat here so that I can make sure my chat overlay is working. Let's see if that pops up here. Probably a few seconds just for it to come up. And hopefully it does. Do I gotta go to Streamlabs? Yeah, it looks like I gotta fix my chat real quick, just so I can see it on here. Come on, Streamlabs, cooperate with me. There we go. I do not want to pay Ultra for Streamlabs, unfortunately. Let's go to widgets. Let's go to chatbox. Let's copy that, and go to chat properties, URL, shototo, delete that. Uh-oh. There we go. That should do it. Now, if we go to our chat here and type in give me a second here. Should pop up any second now. I'm just trying to make sure my chat is working, and then we will go ahead and start this Whisperer kill. Unfortunately, it does not look like it's working. Okay. Oh, there we go. Got quite a bit of a delay on it, but that is actually working now. Listen to my Thelonious Monk. Unfortunately, I don't think that is royalty free. But let's just go ahead and get these kills going. Nice, hit the spec. I've improved since last stream. I've realized the ideal strategy for the final phase is just to run around like a crazy person. And I've been really enjoying using the Venator bow. Just getting those big combos on the ghost phase. And also getting better at the recognizing the patterns for the leech phase. And we've got pillars. 1, 2, 3, got it. I was slow on that. Okay, do we get a freeze here? I'm not sure how often you get a freeze here. Yeah, no freeze. I also turned on tile indicators because that just helps out with movement a little bit for the majority of the phases. I also got the Sang Staff, because it helps keep your HP tip-top if you make any mistakes. I'm sure eventually I'll start bringing more restores instead of the food that I'm bringing. This should be good. 75 damage, that's what I like to see. Throw a freeze. And despite the Whisperer being the slowest to kill, it has the best drop rate for uniques, which is nice. I got a chromium ingot on like the 4th kill count. Okay, we got Leech phase here. What pattern do we got? Ooh, perfect. And then there. Easy phase. And we just throw freeze on the Whisperer. Ah, I got hit there. Shouldn't be the end of the run, though. Been getting more confident with the whole sanity mechanic. That was a panic, but we're still doing fine. This should be it. Always starts on range for the final phase. Hit. And run. This is what I'm talking about for the, just running around like a crazy person for this final phase. And there we go, that's the kill. Didn't even use any food. And that's a perfect kill, nice! 105 battle staffs. And then we can sip our forgotten brew and get ready for the next kill. Let's move this here. Didn't move, that's fine. Hit the spec and pray range. Remove these battle staves just so that the Venator bow is a two-handed item, so it unequips the Elidnus's ward. Don't have the fortified version because I'm not super rich, but I did break 900 mil. I'm almost to a bill bank, which is a really good feeling. I'm debating on whether I should do like a T-bow rebuild or something. I don't know how good that would be. Okay, we got leeches here. Okay, got perfect. I like holding control here to walk under, because that makes it a little bit easier. You don't accidentally click on the Whisperer while you're trying to get those leeches. I think it's menu entry swapper that you can use to shift walk under. I have it set to control the shift walking, just so that you're not, in the middle of that leech phase, you're not accidentally clicking on the boss, because that'll stop you in your tracks, and that's not something you want to be doing in the middle of a time-gated phase. Okay, we got pillars here. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3 identified. Brew up. Okay. We can get one hit in before we need to freeze. Sometimes the freeze doesn't go through if you're a little bit too early. I do like it when the ghost phase is the final phase, because then you do 75 damage right off the top, and that speeds up that last little bit. Doesn't actually speed up the final phase, but that last bit. Okay, switch and boop. And that should be good. Yep, got the 75 damage off. Can we get the freeze? Yeah, we got the freeze. Okay. This should be it here. Let's drink a restore. And we start running like a crazy person. It's better to just take a hit or two and keep moving while working on this final phase. If I can hit. If I can hit, come on. Stop doing ones. This should be it here. Jeez, that really drains your prayer. Uncut ruby. I'll eat an angler just to be safe. Let's drink a stam. Turn on augury for the accuracy. Missed the first spec. Hit the second spec though. And we'll be back up to like 90% special attack energy by the end of this kill. So usually you hit at least one of those specials to drain magic defense. Okay, leeches. Perfect. Doot, doot, doot. And then we go for... Oop, missed one. And there we go. Okay, I think we get a freeze here. Yep, I'll wait for it, and then the freeze. And keep going around the circle. And we keep on going. We got pillars now. This means the last special is going to be ghosts, which is perfect. Then, are we gonna make it? Yeah, we made it. Okay. Turn on our prayers. I think that was a bit early on the freeze. There we go. I have been getting some lag spikes. A little bit ago this morning I was getting some lag spikes, which made me have to teleport out. Also, I need to sneeze. One of the worst things that can happen to you during one of these Desert Treasure 2 bosses is having to sneeze, because usually that means you close your eyes, and you really don't want to do that in the middle of one of these very intense sections. Did we get it? Yes, we did. And wait for that freeze to go off, and got you right back. Whisper has not been too difficult for me. It does... It's much like the other bosses, where you need to be focused the entire time. Alright. That should be it. And that's the kill. Perfect kill, nice. And again, we're not using too much food. I just keep that for emergencies. And we're back up to 80% spec. I hope we can hit this one. Yeah, we do. But all of the Desert Treasure bosses, even Duke, despite Duke being pretty simple, it's just like 2 minutes of making potions and then maybe a minute or two of flinching. But all the bosses require at least some good attention throughout the entire fight. Okay, 1, 2, a 3. Alright, and then... Okay. Missed that one. Hit that one. Tile indicators has made movement a little bit easier. And these tile markers definitely help. The nice part is you can just run back and forth between 2 of these tiles in an L pattern. And, okay, ghosts. Nice thing is you can just click all of them. 75 damage right to your face. Go for another freeze, because that first one didn't work. And dodging the tentacles has gotten quite a bit easier. I think I was just overthinking it last stream. Trying to be precise on the, trying to be precise when I really didn't have to be. I'm fucking this up real bad. I think we still have time, though. Yeah, we're fine. Drained a lot of prayer there. Freeze him. Got it. I feel like, doing Leviathan before Whisper was a good idea, just to get this prayer flicking down. This is significantly easier than Leviathan, especially Leviathan's final phase. Let's just keep that tip-top. A little bit early on that switch. There we go. Nice and easy. Steam runes. And we're back up to 100% spec. This should be enough prayer potions for one last kill. Might as well spec twice. The reason I went to the Sang Staff also is because I was tired of recharging my trident every like 4 or 5 kills. Because you use so many casts. I just want to dump like 10,000. I just got the buy limit of blood runes and dumped it into it because I don't want to deal with recharging it every 5 seconds. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Freeze them. Nice. I got hurt there. That's okay, because ghosts are gonna restore sanity. And by the time I get to the final phase, sanity won't be a problem. Little mistakes like that are fine, you just can't let them throw you off rhythm. Okay, pillars. Okay, got it. 1, a 2, a 3, and then get on to the rotation, and get ready to chuck a freeze. Nice, caught it. Okay, switch, Shadow Realm, and attack. Oh shit, I was early on that. Might not get this one. Might just get it barely. Yeah, just barely. Okay, throw the freeze. It always starts on. Something in my throat. Not a good time for that. Ugh. Drink a prayer pot. There we go. That was rough. Adamant longswords. That's not great, but whatever. Yeah, I think I can take some more prayer potions, stay there for a little bit longer of trips. And the nice thing is also the pet drop rate is 1 in 2,000. I'm just gonna sell all this so it doesn't take up space in my bank. One mil trip, pretty nice. Angler, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go with 8. And then 2 Forgotten Brews. And then we still have combo eats just in case. Getting the tablet early was also nice, so you can just use the Ring of Shadows. Takes up an extra inventory slot, but I'm not too worried about that. Switch that around. Actually, no. Leave it like it is. Brew. Angler. Put on Augury. And... Hiya! Whoa. Just barely got that in time. Don't know why I switched to range. I was just hovering over it, but... Okay, we got leeches. What's the pattern? Got the pattern. No, 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 I thought I still had the... that was my fault. I wanted to turn on my prayer, but I thought I still had the freeze queued up. Apparently not. That's fine, didn't use any supplies on that, really, so nothing wasted. Dump that in, grab that and that, and back to it. I could have probably caught the freeze without augury anyway. Remember, I always report these guys. What is it? It's account services, probably. Didn't read the chat message anyway. Okay. I don't think we need to Forgotten Brew quite yet. Still have +8 from last round. And gotcha. Got the pillars. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, got it. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if we're gonna even... Yeah, we don't even need to catch a freeze here. It would be nice to have an imbued heart, but never got one from Slayer. Oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna make this one. Nope. It's fine though. Nice. Bad part about these bosses is, I got music playing. It's muted in stream, but can't skip songs that I don't like in the middle of doing this. I just added a bunch of Daft Punk songs to my playlist. Okay, got the pattern. Okay, let's head there, drink a potion, and catch the freeze, please. Nice. A lot of Daft Punk stuff is like club music, and it's fine. I'm more into their techno stuff, but I missed that because I was talking about Daft Punk. Oy, oy, oy. There we go. Emerald. Drink a Forgotten Brew. Drink some Super Restores. And honestly, I think if I don't mess up for the first few phases, the Sang Staff should bring me back up to full health, honestly. So I'm not bothered about it. Hit the first. See, already back up to 70 health. Got the pillars. Take a look. Yeah, got it. 1, 2, 3. And are we gonna get a freeze here? Or is this just... Yeah, we're getting a freeze. Drink a potion, just to keep our prayer nice and high. Okay, we got ghosts. Got them all. Drink a potion. Probably didn't need to. Come on, catch the freeze! Ooh, that was close. Ah, shit. See, that's why we have the combo eats, for stupid mistakes like that. What do we got? Got the pattern. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, I'm messing up bad. Still got it, though. Still got it. Okay, and catch the freeze. Perfect. Get that prayer back up. And just keep going. Little mistakes teach you how to recover. Big mistakes kill you. Things that aren't mistakes, like lag spikes, also kill you, which is frustrating. There we go. Death runes. Goes straight into the pouch. Forgotten brew. Super restore a couple times. And we still got 2 combo eats and a single Karambwan. Should be fine as long as we don't mess up catastrophically. Get the spec ready. Perfect. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get the Soul Reaper axe. I think I'll go for, like, the ring from Vardorvis. It would also be nice to get the ring from Whisperer as well. Because that slash bonus apparently is really good at Vardorvis. Catch the freeze. And I expect to get the ring by the time I get the axe piece. If I don't get the ring and I get the axe piece, I'll just keep going for it. Because I feel like I'm in a pretty good position right now. I have pretty good gear for every slot, range, melee, and magic. I'm not really hurting on as far as gear goes. Okay, ghosts are our last phase. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay. We can get a couple of hits in before we need to throw a freeze. This should do it. Second one just to be safe. Okay, I think we've got this one in the bag. Yep, 75 damage. And let's catch this freeze, please. Thank you. Could use a brew here. Lost 20 sanity there. It's not going to be great if we take too many hits. There we go. Was that a perfect? I don't think that was a perfect kill, but we still got the death runes from it. I don't care if we're wasting a few prayer points. That's fine. Let's get this stamina back up and running, and keep going for it. Yeah. Got it. The poll for the Fortis Coliseum rewards and the we missed the chance to get out of the Shadow Realm. Drain some prayers. That's fine. Throw a couple of freezes. There we go. The polls for, or the poll for the Fortis Coliseum rewards and the mid-level Barrows slash Fortis, or Barrows slash Forthos dungeon. Jeez, these names. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Alright, get back on cycle. I can gab about the rewards for the new content later. Alright. We got this one in the bag. We should be getting sanity back here as well. Catch the freeze, please. And we'll get more sanity back from leeches as well. The rewards look pretty good, but I'm in the camp that if they're gonna add new best in slot melee prayer gear, it needs to be from the Slug Queen quest line. Honestly, that quest line is too iconic for them to just kick certification in the rear just because they want to add new prayer gear. If you want to add prayer gear, add it to the quest line that actually gives you the other pieces of good prayer gear as well. I do like, however, the reflect damage on the Guardian boots. That might actually make Guardian boots a little bit better. For a long time, defense gear has not been the most loved by recent content. Unless you're tanking, melee tanking at Bandos, there's no real reason to use, like, Justy. Maybe there'll be some clever uses for the new Guardian Boots effect. That took a hit there. Should be fine, though. There we go. Still got one combo E and a supply drop. Nice. Take a sip of that. Take a sip of that. Reorganize this a little bit. So our food's at the bottom there. And let's go again, Whisperer. New Quiver looks great, though. Of course, if it's as hard as the Inferno, that's just another big piece of content that's going to be a challenge for me to do. Because I still want to do the Inferno. I think next year is going to be my Inferno grind. I need to start doing a lot more money makers if I want to be in a good position to take on the Inferno, and then I would be surprised if the Colosseum also heavily relies on ranged. I think for that one, it seems like they're aiming more for a combination of styles, which I think would be good. It would be it'd be a little disappointing if Twisted Bow was, you know, the only thing you use for the whole duration of that fight. Alright, got the freeze. I am planning on putting together a video after I get the axe. Both, you know, trying out the axe, seeing where it's good, but also just talking about, I liked how interconnected the Desert Treasure 2 bosses are. You know, the axe pieces really encourage you to, you can't just get one. You gotta interact with all of the new content. Which I hope they do in the future. I hope, new content encourages you. If it's like a multi-faceted piece of new content, I want the content to encourage you to engage with all of it. Because that seems like a good design choice. You don't have to. You can just camp one of the bosses if you want. But there's the Soul Reaper axe being untradeable when it's not completely together. That kind of encourages you to interact with all of the parts of the new content. Doot, 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 doot. Nice, caught the freeze. Drink a prayer. Perfect. Not a perfect kill, but a good enough kill. Chaos runes. I think we can stay here for one more. And Drink one of those, bring that down there. And let's hopefully hit this special. I feel like you're accurate enough in this gear that you don't really need the special attack, but if it helps even slightly, it's worth bringing. It's one inventory slot. The Venator bow, though, it's great. It's another part of the content. You can tell how well planned out this content was, because the wilderness weapons are really good. Voidwaker's obviously good at Vardorvis for obvious reasons. It's just a great special attack weapon. But the Webweaver bow is really good for Leviathan. The Venator bow is really good for Whisperer. I don't know if there's any special undiscovered tech at Duke yet, but the wilderness weapon special attacks actually come in really handy at these new bosses. So it does give them, I know, when these bosses first dropped, the Webweaver and the Venator bow, I had to check what it was called. They both shot up pretty far in price, just because they're so useful. And that's, I think, what's good about niche weapons and side grades, because despite how niche they are, they still have good uses. Their use cases are, they make the bosses both easier and a little bit more fun, because you're getting to use a cool weapon while fighting them. And so the effects, even though they're niche and they're only useful in a few places, where they are useful, they feel really good to use. Shit, are we gonna make this one? We better. I think we did make it. Yep. Get frozen. Nice. There we go. Got a prayer potion. Might as well stay for one more kill. Drink a brew. Drink a restore. Drink a prayer. Let's double spec here, just for the heck of it. leeches. Got the pattern. Nice. Alright, come here, get frozen. Hopefully we get pillars next. I like when we have ghosts in the last special. Yep. Got pillars. Let's see. Yep, got it. 1. A 2. A 3. Let's drink a prayer potion here. And I think we can catch the freeze easily. That was a little bit early. This one should do it. Alright. I know you can bring thralls here, but that's an extra inventory slot, and it's a little bit more challenging because you have to get, like, what, 10 or 20 tiles, some number of tiles away from the Whisper every time you get frozen. Which, it's just comfier to freeze. Alright. Shadow Realm. Drink our potion. And this should be easy. Freeze, please. I think one hit from the staff and then casting the freeze is the move. Okay. Here we go. Stop splashing, please. There we go. Down to the wire on prayer there. Do I have enough doses to do one more? Nah, I'll tell you out and resupply. Got 2 supply drops, though. Longer trips are nice. But the kills are consistently... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. The kills are consistently like 4 minutes. I'm sure I could get better times if I had a shadow or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Deposit one of those. Get one of those there. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And stamina just to be safe. Lasar Undercity. And again, even as far as back as getting Camdozel, that was a... Camdozel was way before Desert Treasure 2. And they got a great setup. And I love that it's a free-to-play quest. Not that useful for a high-level player, but really fun and a nice introduction to like a self-contained dungeon for free-to-play players. And I feel like that's a good way to onboard new players into, you know, paying for content. Is you say, hey, look at this cool system we have. It's completely free. It's not the greatest XP, it's not the greatest GP, it's just a fun little dungeon that has self-contained rewards. And it really sets up like, oh, if you pay for membership, you could go to the Forthos dungeon. Or, Forthos dungeon is really one of the only other places that's designed like that, with a sort of a self-contained feedback loop. But I think it's a really good like stepping stone into being like, well, this is a fun system, but I know there's better ones if I pay for membership. Which I feel like a lot of MMOs struggle to balance, like giving enfranchised players a really giving the high level players a good amount of content, and then balancing that with keeping the new player experience fresh. I feel like Old School RuneScape has done a good job of balancing those two factors, as is seen by the steadily increasing player count, honestly. Even if you're not a paying member, there's still stuff for you to do. And so, even if you don't stick around for a long enough time to become a member, you're still getting a good experience out of... shoot. You're still getting a good experience out of it. And, I mean, you might have a drop-off of, like, 70-80% of players who try out the game will never pay for membership. But that's still, if you have a game where it's like, hey, even if you don't pay for membership, it's fun, you'll get more people to try it, you'll get more people to get invested, and then keeping the early game fresh will definitely help with growing the player count. And I think the number of great content creators in the space also helps, because someone looks up Old School RuneScape and they're like, hey, what's this game about? And they see Rindy doing some insane, you know, workarounds to get, like, quests done without getting the experience and stuff like that. It's like, wow, this game, I mean, even if it's jank, the jank goes deep. Which is great, because one of my favorite things is complexity emerging from simplicity. And Old School has a very simple premise. You're a player in the world, and you can go do, I don't know, whatever you want, really. And the story gradually increases in intensity. It's not like throwing you in the deep end and you're immediately the coolest and best and most powerful guy in the world, and everyone loves you. You start out by making a cake and shearing sheep, and then eventually you get into more complex storylines, which I think, again, goes back to why, if we're getting melee prayer gear, it should be from Certifi, because the point of having these long developed quest lines is that they gradually get more and more intense, they gradually get better and better rewards. It's a slow burn. It's not, you know, all of a sudden you have the best gear in the game. It's like, no. You experience something, you know, fishing platform, you got a bunch of slugs on it. You slowly increase the intensity until you get, you know, Song of the Elves or Desert Treasure 2. Which is it's a good pacing. I feel like the game has good pacing. I would always recommend, if someone's new to the game, just start questing. And as much as Quest Helper is great for someone who's played 100 times and they know all the quests, enjoy the quest dialogue, enjoy the story of it. Because there's few games that have such good payoffs for simple adventures. You know, you have a simple adventure, you go to Ardoin and you hang around there, rescue someone's daughter, and then it concludes with killing a fragment of a god. It's like, it's good to have that slow escalation. What do we got here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this one might be a little close. Are we gonna make it? Just barely. Got so wrapped up in talking about stuff that I nearly missed that special. Yeah, I think one of the big complaints, or one of the big worries, of someone who's played RS3 is, I don't want my player to become the World Guardian. I don't want to be the ultra mega special, super cool dude. I want it to be anyone can do anything, and your participation in all of these really cool, very intense adventures is sort of incidental. You just happen to be at the right place at the right time. You're not some super important world-saving force. You just saved the world because you were there and you could do it. What do we got? Okay, got the pattern. Like, I'm not killing the Whisperer here because I'm some super special guy banishing demons from the world. I'm doing it because I want the axe. And so, I feel like stories that sort of prescribe a motivation are not the best. The motivation should come from the gameplay, and the story should just be there if you want to engage with it. Like, my motivation for getting the quest cape wasn't, I want to be the coolest guy who's done all the quests. It's, I want that quest cape. My motivation for doing Desert Treasure 2 was not, oh, I want to know all the secrets of the ancient RuneScape world. It was, I want to fight these new bosses. They look really cool. There we go. Uncut diamonds. Drink a brew. Drink restores. I will be right back. Just give me 1 second. Let Look at these images for a second while I go do something. Okay. We are back. Let's get this kill. Missed the first one, hit the second one. I'm happy that there's going to be content that I'm too high level to really get much value out of, right? What is it? The Moon dungeon, the new like Barrows Forthos thing. That I'm probably not gonna do too much of that. If it's got a pet chance, I'll probably hang out there and just do it till I get the pet. Which is probably gonna be a long while, but... I'm glad that they're adding content for people who aren't max level. Because it shows a really good motivation from Jagex that they want to keep the lower level content relevant. They want to make it so that new players' experiences aren't just, oh, just grind forever, and then once you're done grinding, then you can have fun. That's not really the best way to go about keeping and growing a player base of new players. And I'd love to see something like a We Do Raids Discord show up for the new content, just so that new players get that experience of like a community-based grind where it's not a lonescape. You're not just sitting there grinding out quests all by your lonesome. You actually have people you're talking to. You can talk about like what you're trying to accomplish. You can learn mechanics with other people. You can sort of learn how to communicate, because that's... I know that something you'll notice if you go to the We Do Raids Discord is that most of the newer players will actually hop into voice chat. The people who already know how to do raids, they don't really need voice chat. They know what they're doing. They know their roles and everything. So it's not as important to be on the same page, because everyone already is. But when you're a newer player and you're learning the content, that's when communication is really important. And I feel like in-game we don't have voice chat, which is fine. It doesn't need to have voice chat. But that community aspect of a grind once you have a community, once you have people, you're like, oh hey, this person logged in, then you're more likely to be like DMing them and being like, hey, do you want to go do raids, or you want to check out the new dungeon? You actually are more invested once you have people you know are also having fun in the game with you, and it's not just a solitary adventure. Yeah. Hit the special. I like the Whisper now. Now that I've got the final phase figured out, Whisper is fun. It's not too demanding. Mechanics are complex enough to be engaging, but not so complex that they're prohibitively they're not prohibitive, you know. You can mess up a little bit, you can be slow. Easier. Which is also why it's good that there are awakened versions, because just as much as it's important to onboard new players, you have to reward the players who are heavily invested. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Slow on that. That one's not going to catch. Oh, it did. Nope, don't run that close. That was a misclick. Okay. Final phase, let's do this. Don't splash, please. Quit splashing, please. There we go. Rubies. Drink a brew, drink restores. Do we have? We have full spec. Let's drink a stamina just to be safe. And Keep this party going. Hit the spec. I'm glad it's not like a BGS spec where it's dependent on how high you hit. The flat 15% is... It feels nice to not have to worry about how high you hit, because the BGS can feel gross when you do hit, but you hit like a 3. You're like, well, might as well have just hit a 0 then. It barely does anything. Which I think the new glaive that they're adding will be cool for that reason, because it's a flat reduction based on the opponent's magic level, I think, and it hits twice. I don't know if the spec happens twice, the special effect happens twice, but that would be neat. It would strike a nice balance, because if you're doing like 10% of their magic defense, or drain their defense by 10% of their magic level per hit, that still leaves in some variance where, you know, one of the attacks could miss. Okay. Pop the freeze. Nice. I am excited for the Coliseum. My goal still, for the meantime, will be Inferno, because I really want that cape, despite it being, you know, it's just like one max hit, but still, it's an accomplishment that I want to get done. Can we hit this? Yes. Come on, hit. 2 health there. I thought I was done before I even was. Oh, supply drop. I'll take an angler. Then we can just dump that in there. Move that around a little bit, and we should be good. Whoa. Let's move all of our prayer potions over here. Hit the special, nice. Okay, we got leeches. Let's stomp on them. Nice. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? I was expecting a freeze there. Colors, nice. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now we get the freeze. Hit a 0, but still caught it. I don't know what these ghosts are saying, but I'm killing them. I think part of the reason I've tried other MMOs, Knights of the Old Republic was one of them. I did not really enjoy that one. It shoves you into a story, and I was not that interested in the story. Mostly my friend wanted to play, so I gave that a shot. Oh, jeez. Come on, hit something. There we go. That was close. But I wasn't... I didn't get hooked by Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not the hugest Star Wars fan. I think it's a good movie, but I'm not a Funko Pop enjoyer of Luke. Mostly, it just seemed like a... It seemed like a narrative-driven game, but if I want a narrative-driven game, I'll play a single-player game, right? If I want an MMO, I want at least some social aspect, which, I mean, there's multiplayer in Knights of the Old Republic. But it just felt like, I don't know, I was kind of in a world that didn't really... It didn't make too much sense to me, to be honest. There's a lot going on that I wasn't really, like... I'm sure it was a lot of my fault that I just wasn't paying enough attention. But, like, it wasn't that... It didn't have a narrative hook that really got me. It was just like... You are a magical person, and you need to do magical things. I'm like, okay. But why? It's like, because you're magic. But why am I magic? What? Okay. Freeze ya. Gotcha, freeze. I played World of Warcraft a long time ago. And I never got too far in that one either. Mostly because a lot of the content is behind a paywall, and I was a kid at the time, so I didn't have the money to pay for a World of Warcraft membership. But also, it was like, look at all the cool stuff you could do if you were a member. Constantly being like, you gotta buy the expansions, do it, pay Blizzard money. And I was like, I'll go play RuneScape instead. It's hard. I think it's just the nature of the genre that you really can't have more than one favorite MMO. Shit, I'm gonna fucking fuck this one up. Just barely. Okay. Okay. Bronze longswords, no! Gross! Oh well. We got plenty of good loot here. Ugh. Restore everything. Head to the GE. I'm just gonna sell these bronze longswords right away. I don't want to put an inventory slot or a placeholder slot in my bank just for that. Let's see. We got some work to do, so I might end stream here soon. How much are these steam runes? Not that much. What was I looking for? Coal. I'll let the coal and the gems build up a little bit before I sell them. Although I was down to like a couple 100K, now I'm back up to about 5 mil. Shows that this place is good money. But I'm really just here for the staff, so I'll take my time. I don't think I'll rush the staff too much. A couple of kills every day and I'll get it eventually. I'm still split on whether I should keep or sell the Soul Reaper axe, cuz it seems all right at where it's good at, like Vardorvis. But other than Vardorvis, there's not really many uses. So maybe after I get the pet and the ring from Vardorvis, I'll just sell it and use that money on maybe an imbued heart, because that is probably a better investment. Imbued heart is much more useful in many more places. So I think I'm gonna call it wrap it up here. Let's just take a second and thanks everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed, feel free to let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you want. That's always nice. And have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye everybody.